Hello everybody. I want to cover a couple of topics, ones that I have gotten questions on, but also a couple of other things that I have discovered. And it's just going to be on a variety of topics, but it's mostly on the formulation of the herbal medicines. I can't stress enough how important these books are. If you don't know anything at all about herbal medicine, making it, just even simple things, then these help tremendously. Even if you know quite a bit, these still help. There were many things that I did not know until I listened to the Survival Podcast and Jack Spirko's explanation of many herbal medicine techniques. That's episode 1769. I'm going to bring that up forever and a day because the way he explained it made so much sense and was so easy to understand, where sometimes in these books they bog you down with a lot of stuff, but these books are very helpful. Now, the one thing I get asked over and over and over again is how much alcohol to use in the decoction and concentrate preparation. Well, you know, this varies. How quickly are you going to use it? How big is your jar? How strong do you want the alcohol? Now, I'm going to share with you what happened to me. I had a quart jar of concentrate that I had made for myself. And I don't know if I had shared this with y'all or not, but I have been in recovery still from having hepatitis C. Now, I contracted that through a surgery when I was young. That is the only way we traced it back, that we figured it could have happened before the Hep C was completely eradicated out of our blood supply. And it's very common in my generation. If you are over 50, I strongly urge you to get a Hep C test, because I just did it because I heard someone else had found it out, and they were my same age, and they said, it's all in, baby boomers, you need to go get tested. And I didn't think anything of it, and my test came back positive. So I went through treatment for that. My liver was damaged from the Hep C, and so I have been trying to take good care of my liver ever since then. The treatment was horrible. It was the worst thing I have ever been through in my whole entire life. The skin peeled off of my body. There you go. There's your little tidbit. But so when I have made my own special jars of decoction for myself, and I am completely Hep C free. I just want to share that. Yay. But since I will make one for myself and not use alcohol, and like I said, that is because I've been in this frame of mind to have these healthy, wonderful things added into my system to repair a lot of damage that not only the hepatitis C did, but that the treatment, the medicine, Epclusa, did to my body. And then, of course, general aging and lifestyle when I was younger, you know, jumping off of horses and out of barns and things like that. So I have not been putting it in my own concentrates. Well, I went to have a little bit last night, and it was ooky. Now, anyone who's been drinking the concentrate knows that this stuff doesn't taste good on any day of the week. But this tasted different than it had been. And I looked at it, and it was kind of a film on it. And the thing I wanna say, the way I can describe it, is when tea goes sour, just regular drinking tea, when it goes sour, that's what it tasted like it had soured. So I poured out the jar of the concentrate that I had for my own. And I have learned a lesson about that I do need to add the vodka even into my own concentrates. So, again, it just depends, but you need to add some to it. You can do an official formulation. You can come up and crunch the numbers and do percentages and do like, okay, 25% of this jar. Now that's about, cough syrups are usually about 25% alcohol. I tend to only use about 10% alcohol. Now that's 10% by volume, but you have to look at the proof on your alcohol. It needs to be above 70 proof. So you're going to use 10% or more of 70 proof or higher alcohol. I hope that just made sense. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. But in these books, it gives you pretty good formulations. A lot of this is, though, instinct and intuition. But you can do this completely like it's a recipe. How many cups of water? How many cups of plant material? How many ounces of liquid do you have? How many ounces of alcohol are you going to add? So if you want to do it precisely, you need to do it that way. But I'm going to say that you do absolutely need to use alcohol as a preservative. Now, in the next week or so, I'm going to be experimenting with lemon juice and white vinegar. Now, I hate red vinegar. I just can't, y'all. I just can't. So I'm going to experiment with the vinegars and see how that works. And after I tasted that, the concentrate that I had put in my pantry on a shelf, now it had alcohol in it, but I wanted to see how it handled itself just at room temperature in a dark corner by itself. So I just decided, no, I'm not going to do that. It only been there for a couple of days, so I went ahead and put that in my fridge. I think refrigeration, we have it, let's use it, might as well. Now, if you decide not to use refrigeration, you need to make sure that you're putting enough alcohol in this to preserve it, or else it will go bad. Now, on the other thing, I've got one jar here of my wild lettuce in my vodka and PGA. And then I did get me some dried comfrey leaves. So I've got comfrey percolating in here with PGA and vodka to strip down the plant matter. Ooh, it's soaked up quite a bit. I'm going to need to put some more in there. I have got a ginger bug going because now it is summertime and I like fizzy drinks, and I love ginger as well. So I have a video on ginger bugs, how to make you a ginger soda. And then once you make your basic ginger bug, then you can go and add different flavorings with spices or fruits. I love strawberries and blackberries in mine, but I need to add another tablespoon of sugar to this, a little more ginger to this. It's starting to get kind of fizzy. You can see little bubbles on the edge right here, but you want it real fizzy. So I've got that going, and then the comfrey that I made, I'm making an oil salve. This is right now I'm doing the oil infusion, and once the oil has soaked up as much of the plant chemicals as it can, then I'm going to go in and add my coconut oil and my beeswax to it. But right now that's what I've got going. And then this was passion vine passiflora that I found yesterday, and it was just it was near the river, and today I decided I would stop again, and y'all, I filled up my whole back seat full of passion vine and passion flowers, and some passion fruit were starting to develop on it. So I've got that drying, and I will be making some herbal medicines out of that. But I do just want to share with you that sometimes this gets overwhelming. Y'all, sometimes I'm overwhelmed. There's so much that I want to do, but my job and just life in general sometimes just jumps out at me and goes, girl, you just can't do all that. So then I have to reel myself back in and reevaluate and restructure. So there's times that life just comes at us. So you need you a good book to go by that just gives you the recipes. You don't have to figure this out yourself. Here is a basic blood purifier. Okay, so this is used for many different things. It says 4 parts burdock root, 4 parts red clover, 2 parts dandelion root, 2 parts yellow dock, 1 part mullein, 1 part parsley, a half part lobelia, a half part ginger, and then you prepare from individual tinctures, or you macerate all this at a 1:5 ratio in 50% alcohol, or as a 1:6 ratio glycerite. So, you know, this is giving you the parts, your ratios that you need. It tells you what percentage of alcohol. So, again, I want y'all to get you good books. Now, none of these cost more than about $15, and a lot of this you can find online. You just go on a search engine and say, okay, let's just say a comfrey salve recipe. Well, you just type that in, and it's going to bring you up to sites that show you how to make a comfrey salve, and it will show you several, and you pick the one that is the most comfortable and easiest for you to do. So I did want to bring that to you today, because when that decoction went ooky, I was just like, no, I need to tell y'all need to make sure you're preserving it, because that jar was even in the refrigerator, and it was just ooky. It was spooty. I just was like, oh, this is nasty stuff. And I am used to the taste of the wild lettuce decoction, and all of the wild lettuce, I don't even grimace anymore. I'm used to the taste of it now. So until my next video, I just wanted to bring that information to y'all, and I hope you're having a wonderful night. Oh, I can't close yet. Someone had asked me about freezing the wild lettuce whole. Now, I'm going to close, and then I'm going to come back and do another short quick video on that. So stay tuned for my next video. Goodbye.